Scotty McGuinness going to pick up Ablett right at the first bounce.
And this is the iconic Hawthorn team. Greatest team of their era. Cats haven't been in a grand final since '67. We're underway. Buse, early clearance, slams on the boot. Ablett in front early. And he takes 150 out.
What's happened off camera here? What has happened off camera?
You didn't protect.
Oh. We'll find out in a moment. What a start for the Cats.
So the greatest. Superman, Gary Ablett kicks the first.
Didn't it go through a long way too? He's kicked from 50.
It's carried the fence easily.
It's gone through a post high.
What's going on behind play?
Get up, Squid!
Dodgy Vindaloo.
What happened, Derm? What happened, mate?
I had my eyes focused elsewhere, Ed, and didn't see Yatesy coming
Here
out
we
the
go.
side.
Bang!
They put a lot of planning into it, Derm, and it came off perfectly, didn't it?
Yeah, Yatesy came back.
So Curran with the kick, not Dipper's kick. Dunstall uses his body to perfection on Darcy.
Now, I'd see the amazing thing about the game being played back in '89.
1-on-1 there.
That ball was held up, it kicked forward, had to be brought back, a hold up for 2 minutes, and still you're able to kick it in long and get a one-on-one contest.
Yeah.
Everyone worried about their own man, no one coming third man up.
So to steady the ship, one of the greats of all time, Jason Dunstall does what Dunstall did. Kick goals when required. Pritchard, quick kick. Dermott Brereton has taken a ripper despite the broken ribs, and it's on behind play. 3 Cats and Robert Dipiadominico.
He's taken 3 of them on. Rat Buse trying to choke him to death.
Rat Buse was one of the strongest pound for pound.
A ripper blow, but very strong.
Oh,
wasn't he?
yeah. So that ball's come down, and at that stage I was still in that mind, Ed, where you say, if I go off, I've got every right to go off, but I won't be able to warm back up. And then once you get over that hurdle, you're still just in the moment, in the motion of playing football.
The adrenaline gets you through, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So a pivotal moment in the game. Should have gone off, stretched. He stays out there, goes to full forward and kicks the goal to make a statement. Steve Hocking, the General Manager of Football Operations, is on him right now. Darcy goes into Dunstall and Brereton takes him down into the fence. He lined him up and he wanted him big time.
So I was always dirty on this because I was pushing and Hocking was pushing at me. And then he did the old judo throw backwards and took me off my feet. I'm trying to...
Oh, you got a good grip of his neck.
I was trying to pull his larynx out at that stage. Yeah, they kind of played for keeps back then, Dwayne, didn't they?
Well, that was just the way the era was played. There was a level of brutality that was accepted.
But then you did it. Free kicks paid. You get on with it.
Yep. There was no one fell behind play in this game, but if you went near the ball, you were fair game. Deere takes a nice float-in grab. Heads to half forward. Kennedy. John Kennedy turns. And he gets dumped late. He got knocked down late, and he's pretty happy that he's been able to bounce up. And the Hawks will get another shot at goal. So Peter Curran brings it back, and he's got it. Hawks are on a roll. Darcy kicks in from full-back.
Big kick.
Linda got there late. Dipiadominico gets his own crumb. Bruns, who's his opponent in this one, brings him down. Handball further forward by Conan. Anderson on the move. Scintillating football from Hawthorn.
Dean Anderson, one of the board members at the St Kilda Football Club now. He was... You talk about some of the players in history that could run and then you hear coaches say, I want you to keep running after you can't keep running.
Burke gets up there. Dipiadominico slides in. Flicked out to the Rat. And he gets away from them. Onto the right. Dunstall, Brereton, Hocking got there, knocked it down, but straight to Curran. Time to spend it wisely, and he's a star. Peter Curran.
Gets lost a bit in the adulation of the former Hawthorn teams, doesn't he? But he was an exceptionally...
Yates. Heads long, Brownless, Langford. Early jump, Billy Brownless.
Billy was a serious player, and that's what he could do to someone like Chris Langford.
Yeah, he could kick the cover off the ball, and he slots it beautifully here, and he could take a big one-step leap high mark Dipper had a piece of it, couldn't get away with it. Couchy half trip, jumped on. Kennedy, Dipper steals it, bangs it, goal square. Dunstall thumped away. Free kick. Dipper was knocked down again.
Dropped a couple into the back line, and it's not to be attacking and run out with. It's just to try and crowd it a bit, but it's...
Dipper's got plenty on it. It's long, it's strong, and it's brilliant.
Yes.
It's a good kick off a couple of steps.
So Brucey Linder on the back flank. Oh, hang on.
Ablett, oh! He's taken Dipper out.
No 50.
No, and Dipper gets up, and that's where he had his lung punctured.
So, for those who aren't familiar with what happened, the rib broke, the rib separated. Oh, watch Platten, bang. That's the end of Platts there too. We lost 2 there in
30 seconds.
Yeah. And Dipper's rib punctured his lung, and it deflated over the next hour or so, and it was very serious.
So Johnny Platten got knocked out here and has no memory of the game from this moment on.
No, nil.
Darcy gets up, thumps it down. Hawking reached in, Pitchard, little toe poke. Dunstall over the top. Buckenara, they could have raffled it. Bucky pulls out the winning ticket.
Three in the goal square there that could have run on.
Yeah. Heads wide. Bucky, Linda. A little bit of hang time from the president.
He had a good game, didn't he?
Oh, the president was told he was moving, so he played on. Curran, goal square. Brereton. He's got it, Big Dermott again. Kicks his second. And they have settled beautifully, Hawthorn, despite the onslaught from the Cats.
I took him on a lap after the game, Johnny Platten, on my shoulders. And he tapped me on the head and he asked me what the score was.
Speaking of rats, here's the other one. Andrew Buse the other way, goes long. Ablett.
That's just ridiculous.
That's seriously good, isn't it? To work out where the ball's falling to, the ball's coming in low, flat and hard, and to put one flat hand onto it and make it stop softly.
And watch the finish.
Yeah, landed on his hand softly. And how easy did he make that kick look?
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Act like you've done it before.
You talk about sublime talents. Well, that's exactly what Gary Ablett was.
AFL Hall of Fame members in this game. And there's plenty for Hawthorn because this is the peak of their era. This is 7 grand finals in a row this day for Hawthorn. That's how good they were at this time. Cameron, side of the boot, Buckenara got back. Cameron meant to pump it to the outer side, nearly missed it. Blighty wanted instinct. First instinct was to go, just go. When you get it, go and play on and take it on. And if you mess it up twice in a row, well, don't do it again. Buckenara slots it. And Hawthorn bounced back immediately. Darcy out wide. Oh, big leap from Bucky. Couldn't bring it down, though. That would have been epic. Morrissey can't get away with it. Curran, who's finding plenty of it. So Brereton, Dunstall. Ball hits the deck. Hawking. Buse. He waited. Oh, Dunstall wrapped him up. He read his mind there. Brereton bursts through the lot of them and kicks another.
Thank God you chased for once.
What was Andrew Buse thinking? Taking on the best tackler in the game. I mean, seriously. And do you reckon Dermott made any effort to come over and say, hey, mate, thanks for creating that?
Ball comes out towards Hamilton. So the 19-year-old Shane Hamilton just off the bench, and he puts it on a platter to God.
How good's that kick, Shane Hamilton?
Yeah. Notice Ablett just ran through the acceptance of that mark instead of jumping like he normally would.
Looks pretty good. Well, never in doubt.
So Big Dare Flanagan, he's got the sole ruck duties now, and for us it was always just Greg Deere.
Ablett out of the pack, has a flying shot at goal. As good as it gets.
You just can't do that.
Just over the head of Deere. Yates got a palm on it. Curran caught him, stripped him, and he got it back to Darren Flanagan, who's now on, having replaced Damien Burke. Hamilton again.
How did they keep him on the bench?
He's on him. Oh,
Buse sizes them up and kicks a monster. Cats are coming back.
Isn't it funny that Shane Hamilton, a 19-year-old who you said's playing was his 8th game, Dwayne, has been the catalyst for the comeback.
So Whitty, a wobbler. to his old mate Dermott, went straight through him. Little flick to his own advantage by Curran. Well, he threw that over his head and got away. Oh! Pritchard's been barrelled to the head.
Play on!
Yates. Of course, play on.
Play on!
Yeah.
How can that be play on?
You put your head down, it's your problem.
He decapitated him.
Brownless gets there, full-chested, takes it to the line.
Did you see that?
How is that play on in any era?
Oh, that's close. I mean, look at this.
Oh,
no.
Pritchard again on the move.
I'll be in front if Pritchard's kicking.
Smooth move to Dunstall. He had 8 metres on Darcy.
Honestly,
Yeah, I tell you what, when Pritch got the ball, you led. You just, if you found space, you'd get the ball. He was that good a kick.
that's tough to get out of the way of that. He was just a sweet kick of the footy, wasn't he?
Yeah, what about Darth trying to play in front again? How'd you go there, Darth? You've been
Take
canning
that,
me.
Tim, if you like.
No, don't tell me I've missed another.
Wow, spoke too early. No, he's got it. Dunstall's got 2. Just
And
squeezed
see,
it in.
that's what you see that Dermott never did. I'd go and thank the person that kicked it to me, Dwayne. But Dermott would just strut and rock his shoulders and flick his blonde hair back while the camera's on him.
Dunstall with a steadying goal, back to 30 points. Curran thumps it out. Morrissey rode the bump, gave it to Whitman on his left, put it in the book. 2 in a row
Brother
in
Wentz.
20 seconds.
Composed. He had a good left foot, would he?
Yeah, he was beautiful on either foot.
Just a couple of seconds remaining. Deere tried to slap it out. Anderson tried to flick down on Hocking's foot. Siren sounds. Half-time. The game where legends were made. The 1989 grand final at the MCG. You can decide for yourself if this is the greatest grand final of all time.
The whole thing was pay the price. Pay the price in the second quarter, and you'll never, ever forget it. And if you don't, you'll never forgive yourself. Dwayne Russell, let's pick it up. The second half of the 1989 grand final. Hawks by 37 points.
Players prepared to pay the price here. Attacking it from half-back. Lindner back towards half-forward. Ayres still out there, but looks a little injured. Rolls it back. Hocking attacks it. Caught by Tuck ball. Surely wasn't a legal handball. Bruns tried to take a few down and take the ball out of the air. Ayres bumped out of it. Good hip his shoulder by Boss. Picks it up and bangs it back towards Bruns. Tuck up early. Puts a big set of knuckles on it. Malakalis ridden by Ayres. Gary Hocking, who hasn't had a big first half. Ablett, front spot. Trademark Gary Ablett.
Just lost Langers on that occasion. He wasn't in picture.
It looked like Scotty. It was almost like, you know how they played one-on-one in those days, right to the very drop. It looked like Scotty might have even been back on him at that stage.
Oh, no. No. He had to run past his own man to get there.
Could Superman be the man for the Cats? Kicks another. On his left, pokes to the midfield. Malakalis flicked away by Whitman. Brilliant. Got all Sharon. Bairstow, though, mops it up. Heads out wide to the running Buse. The Rat. Ablett. Oh, the early lead. Langford held his ground. Sensational work.
He's just too big there, Langford. He might have done that against a smaller opponent.
Bairstow, was he caught high? Umpire said yes.
Bucky.
Came over from Western Australia, as I mentioned, from Lake Grace. Full-time horse trainer whilst a full-time footballer in essence. And heads goalward with some poise there. 2 in a row to start the quarter for the Cats. Hands to Couch. Has he got enough on it? Brownless! Huge grab. And the crowd went up with him. Billy Brownless. Tucked up against the boundary. Sandy's king of Geelong. Opens it up. And the 22-year-old has missed.
He went for the drop punt around the corner, not the bend.
Brereton, good pluck, just had the reach over the top of Boss.
Couldn't jump though, Pig.
Pulls the kick. Dunstall, dropping back. Anderson almost picks it up. Slams it on the boot. Oh, not in your wildest dreams.
Luke Hodge.
He got lucky, Ando.
Let's have a look at this one.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Oh, that elbow. It was a weapon.
And that's a 5-er.
That's a 5-weeker. They did double the grand final penalties for a little while, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. They did at one
What about
stage.
10 in the modern game?
Lynch got a few.
Kick smothered. Ball falls back again. Flying shot. Curran. 2 miracle goals in a row. Hawthorn.
And they were both against the run of play, weren't they? That's a great finish from PC off one step, back of the pack.
Darcy. Lindner. Oh, a little flick to his own advantage, Bruce.
That's good.
That was the cleverness of the Prez. To Bairstow, to Brownless, and he's well and truly within range. As Eddie said earlier, he'll kick it over a silo back in these days, so this well within his repertoire.
He was a monster kick, wasn't he?
Just laid back on that and slowly slippers it through. Bairstow around the body. Dipper again with the reach, and outreaches Bruns there. Just to ram home that point. Gets the boost from the Cat fans. Curran's up. Dunstall's up. Morrissey. Oh, he parted the seas. Ran through them. The freak.
He could do that, Jimmy Morrison, couldn't he? You look at that then, he didn't really sidestep. He just sort of ascertained what was happening around him and a little half step to the right.
So Ayres is done. Platten is done. Burke is done. Lindner. Some float time. And handballs whilst being held. Couch.
He's getting busy this quarter, Couch.
Cruises to Ablett. Langford right with Ablett this time. Mew collects it. Again, tries to get it as far away as possible. Curran. Yates. Malakalis. Kennedy. Loops it. Buckenara from 30. Shell and peas for the great Bucky.
It was a beautiful kick on the run, Bucky.
It was a beautiful kick.
Yeah, he didn't miss many of those.
Ablett up. Can't bring it down, though.
Oh, doggy!
Greg Madigan, Mad Dog.
So I started on the bench. Did Madigan.
What game number?
This is just 6th game for Madigan.
Wow.
19-year-old in his 6th game, and he's been thrust into it off the bench for the first time for the game. Ablett! Trademark Gary Ablett. Arguably the greatest player of all time. If he's not the greatest, he's top 3. And he keeps the Cats in it.
Greatest talent. The greatest talent we've seen out in the footy field.
Couch up early. Got a big fist on it. Cameron couldn't trap it.
Oh, well done.
Condon got it from Madigan. Anderson strolls in. Ton of time. Doesn't waste it.
He wasn't a penetrating kick. He didn't get the ball travelling through the air very quickly, but he was exceptionally accurate when he was on the run.
Cats with one last roll of the dice for the quarter here. Slap on towards the pocket. Mew's there. And he's content to see it out. More seconds elapse.
Teddy Mew used to drive a monster big 5.8 litre XF Falcon, and he used to take about 30 seconds to get home to Rosebud from Hawthorn each night.
Seconds left. Hamilton. Oh, freak bounce. Hamo's kicked a goal on the 3/4 time siren. The 19-year-old has kicked a freak goal to give the Cats some hope. 1 quarter left in this 89 Classic. Make sure you stick with us. Flanagan stands under it. Blasts it back to half forward. Ablett's down there in that one-on-one with Langford. Ablett kept it in front. Keeps it rolling. Langford shuts him down. Robbie Scott loops it. Neville Bruns, all the experience in the world, doesn't waste it. Cat's still alive in this one.
So at 3/4 time, when we were called into a huddle, Alan G saw that Bruns was starting to run really well against Dipper. And he said to Dipper, just keep running, son, just keep running. I've never seen a boy die of exhaustion out here yet. He went close.
Morrissey, Pritchard, he pulled that kick. How clever was that? Kicked at 15 and Buckenara, instant reply, Hawthorn.
Darren Pritchard again in the build-up, just making the right decision.
Bruns got there ahead of Robert Di Domenico to the boos, and the Hawthorn faithful as well. Flanagan mesmerised them, big dasher.
So you see now the Hawks are flat-footed.
He's been epic since coming on, replacing Burke. He can crank up on a ball. He's kicked the cover off that. Cats are coming back.
3 steps. The plant foot is a metre outside the 50 line.
Just the big lever coming through.
from the restart. Flanagan and Deere. Hughes scrambles at the half forward. The belief growing from the Cats. Almost the mark, didn't quite pull it down, Madigan, but he's had an impact. Malakalis has as well. Heads to Ablett. Langford got there late.
Well, that's the kind of moment that, seeing that, Chris Langford would have started to run off.
Ablett for number 7. And the all-time record for the most goals ever in a final series. Condon really had his head taken off. Couchy tried to shake and bake. Oh, he got through them. Then he's caught. Dumped by Whitman. Curran comes up with it. Crowd is roaring. It's deafening. And Dunstall rises to the occasion.
Lang is thinking, oh, the cameras will be on me. No, they're not.
Big moment in the game. 89 grand final.
Don't shank it.
Last quarter. Dunstall for number 4. Pocket, Brownless, Hamilton. He keeps it in, Hamo. Thumped away from him. And Robert Domenico had the option of taking it out. So Hawthorn keeping it alive now. Flanagan gets on the end of it. Still, belief high in the Geelong camp, and Stoneham gets away from Mew. Had a yard on him. And this, well and truly, within his repertoire from here.
They all had good range, didn't they? Brownless, Ablett and Stone.
Yep.
All kicking a mile.
Absolutely.
He grew up a 60-metre drop punt from Cardinia Park. Baz, local St Joey's boy, walked to training every day. And distance wasn't a worry. Accuracy not a worry either. Here we go.
He's a brilliant 400-metre runner from memory.
Boss caught.
2 consecutive kicks.
Hocking. Bairstow scrambles his way, but is caught. Lindner, fantastic blind turn, and the bounce. Trademark early bounce and size up the options. Heads long, Ablett, one grab, bounces up, kicks it around the body. The freak show continues. That's 8.
And that's all he needed. We saw in the first half every time the ball came to him, which wasn't much, he won every battle. Langford's won the 4 previous one-on-ones. Gary wins this one. They're lined up, the Cats. They've got 3 extras in the back line, and they flush through.
So margin back to 17 points. It got to 41. Little toe poke. Hocking got his toe on it. Couch drops it as he's caught. Hocking flicks it out, but the Cats are full of run. And the crowd can sense it. Boss thumps it back. Ablett, he's up, he's barreled. Hamilton at the back, in some space. The kid's good. 19-year-old, what a moment for him.
Oh, Scotty McGuinness, adamant that it caught the padding at the bottom of the post.
Shades of Steve Silvani.
Yes. And right now, Derm, I'm more than happy to admit it, I was doing a lot of clock watching. I just kept watching the clock, hoping it'd count down.
I couldn't believe how well they were running forward with the footy at this point in time. So Hamilton started on the back of the square.
Played an amazing game since coming on.
Still 9.5 minutes left. Ball up. Hawthorn down Soldiers. It's been a war of attrition. What a beautiful snapshot of an era. The 1989 grand final going down to the wire. Malakalis caught by Tuck, the old and the new. Bruns kicked off the carpet by Dipper. Out towards the flank. Buchanara. Anderson to steady the ship. What a nerve settler that is.
It's a beautiful straight kick on the run.
Bruns, centering kick, goal square. Ablett's down there, 2 to beat. Ablett. God's got it.
Just kept that long arm of Langford's underneath the footy.
Yeah. For number 9.
Almost the same way he had Mick Martin under that footy in the preliminary final.
But it's an amazing return against quality defenders, isn't it? To finish with 9.
So time is of the essence here. He has to kick the goal to keep them alive for a draw. If he kicks quickly and misses, it's game over.
Do you remember your thoughts, Jason, when it went through?
No, I just kept looking at the clock. Every time I just kept turning and looking at the clock thinking it's got to be siren time.
Seconds tick down. There's 36 seconds left, and the Cats are 1 goal from tying it up.
Because all you had was the old-fashioned clock up on the scoreboard, and it looked very close to 30 minutes.
So at that stage, I thought the footy gods had conspired against us here. I thought they were going to run down and get the next one. I thought they were going to run us down.
So it comes down to this, 36 seconds, although as the umpire starts his walk in, the seconds start ticking. So there's essentially only 25 left now. From the ball up, from the scramble, Cats need a clearance. And the seconds keep rolling.
Yes, run clock, run.
So the umpire calls for a ball up, but there's no time on in 89. Seconds keep rolling. Cats a goal down. They need a clearance. And the seconds will keep ticking down now. And the Hawks will win the greatest grand final ever played. We will never see one like that again. Never.